Go. Okay. All right. Welcome back to DaMansDem. Coming to you from Zoom. I'm your host, Mark Herbert. On the panel today, we've got Justin Robinson, Andre Noel, Handley Small, and Victor Herbert. We could be getting a couple more joinees soon. If we do, great. If not, all good. Happy with the panel that we got. So just to jump on a topic that I know Dre wants to talk about real quick, the quote-unquote beef between Kyrie Irving, KD, and Kendrick Perkins. Basically, Kyrie's come out talking about how he wants to, boycott the restart somewhat until certain kind of demands are met, and wants to know what owners, how come owners haven't spoken up yet, and what the big plan is in terms of keeping everybody safe and whatnot. Other players have jumped on that, including Avery Bradley and Dwight Howard. And Kendrick Perkins basically saying that, for Kyrie, you're talking a big game, either shut up and do something about it or play ball. So I'll let you start with that, Dre. What's your take on what's been going on between those two?
I had the same sentiments as Kendrick Perkins originally. In terms of Kyrie, I hear Kyrie, so I'm not going to totally disregard where he's coming from, but it's an important moment right now, so I get him. You know what I mean? You want to keep all attention on the movement right now, and ensure that we get something out of this, for our people. So I get that, but my issue was the same thing that Kendrick said. My issue was, okay, you're saying you're willing to give it all up and sit out, but what's your plan? You can't just say that. They come with a plan. You know what I mean? And also, I feel for Kyrie, you and Dwight Howard and guys that are established like that could say, yeah, you're going to sit it out, you're going to give it up right now, whatever, because you made your bread already.
You're set, guaranteed money.
But there's a lot of guys who, they need these checks, and these are brothers. So, as much as we're talking about doing stuff for the black community, the NBA provides a lot of income and resources to people that look like us, bro. And Adam Silver and them have never not let these guys express themselves and take a stance in what they believe in.
Sure.
NBA is one of the most progressive leagues. To me, the best sports league out there really right now, to me. So that was my issue, man. It was I hear what you're saying, but you're not laying out no plan. Also, keep in mind, while you got your bread and your family taken care of, there's a lot of guys out here that need this money. They need this bread. It takes care of a lot of people in our community. And you know what I mean? So that was my thing. And my other issue with Kyrie was the fact that he originally voted to do it. So you first voted to go. You wanted to go. As soon as they told you can't go, then you flipped the script. You know what I mean? So why the sudden change like that? What happened to you? Share that with us. What happened that made you all of a sudden do a complete 360 and change your view? You know what I mean?
All right. Justin?
I mean, you're right. I mean, you go to the game, for them to work and do what they do comfortably inside the game, it's people who are just low-level workers in there every day. I mean, I'll ride the train from here to the game, and on the way back, I'm riding the train with the people who worked at the arena, selling popcorn and selling chips and nachos. So they need that money. I mean, you don't hear any owners saying, oh, well, we've got money set aside for them. I know Mark Cuban gave some speech, but, I mean, you still don't really see them getting money like the NBA players do. I mean, I know and like you said, he's established. He's got his money. But then you got guys in the NBA fresh out of college. What about them? Are they getting that money? They wasn't getting money in college. So now they got to depend on that money unless they got a shoe deal or something where they got some sponsors. But other than that, they need the money. Right. Some people out there need the money. They're not getting it.
All right. Henley, I know you kind of have a different view with regards to, activism in the league and through athletes. What's your take on it?
No, I think that that these guys, this is an opportunity for them to come with a message. If you're really concerned about doing right now and making sure that the message doesn't get lost, come with a plan. Like these guys said before, come with a plan and say, and have a proper message and use this forum that you've got, because this is. You have your Twitter fans and all that type of stuff, and you're gonna have a lot of say about things on Twitter, but you're gonna have a lot more say with things when you have a proper message on NBA, especially because people are searching for sports right now. You can have a ton of people watching. this is like you basically got the world's attention right now with your sports. You can give any message that you want, and with the amount of commercials they're going to have, the amount of court coverage and everything like that, you can put signs up, you can put up websites, you can put up all types of things in order to make you get your plan out there, so people can kind of see where you're coming from and how you want to actually affect change and not just talk about change. So they got a huge forum, and I don't think they understand how big that forum is. At least some of them guys like Kyrie, right? They just take it for granted that people are gonna if for instance Kyrie ends up with him and his coalition shut down this league, people are going to hear what he's got to say at that point. So you got a forum right now. Use that forum. Get out to the world and come out with a proper positive message. That's my point about it.
All right, Junior, we'll let you get the last point in.
So I'm gonna start with I as a basketball fan and a black man, I'm torn because yes, all eyes are on the athletes, and this is a great opportunity for them to, as everybody else has said, state their claim, plant that flag and try to enact change. But man, as a basketball fan, like I'm jonesing, and I don't wanna, disrespect the struggle. But I would love to see some ball. Like if these guys, if these guys forget about putting it on networks, Reggie, the man that could do a Zoom call, and I will watch the game off of Zoom. I just want to see some. I just want to see some ball. Like that's it. But in terms of the struggle and the platform that NBA players have, like there's very few of them that have a large platform when basketball's not being played. Like LeBron is one of those people. Yeah. Whether ball's being played or not, everyone tunes into him. Everyone else doesn't have that platform, so they need the game to start. And I don't think that kiboshing this season is going to help, because it's not like you're going to say, listen, Congress, if you guys don't change rules right now, basketball's done. Right? Because they're going to say, dude, there's a lot of starving kids in college that'll replace you guys. Sure. Right? So I just think more than anything, the coincidentalness of Kyrie wanted to kibosh things, and him being the antagonist on the last episode of Game of Zones, I just think that's crazy. Like, how are the writers? How did they know that this guy was the guy that was going to do this? Right? But I'm just saying, is it life mimicking art or art mimicking life? That's all I got to say.
All right, fair point. All right, I'm going to show you guys a quick graphic, and then I guess just let me know if you think he's accurate, and if just basically what your take is on it. So here it is. Is he speaking truth? Is that the only voice that matters?
If he's lying, he's only partially lying.
Okay.
Right. Like we all know what it is, man. Like it's no different. It's no different from in the 80s, 90s when Mike was playing. We knew that David Stern would check in with Mike. Like we don't, you know what I mean? We don't have to be on them calls or say that we heard it. We know that he was checking.
We know what happened. We know it.
Right. We know how it goes. So with LeBron being the star that he is, of course he's gonna have a lot more sway than anybody else. You know what I mean? For sure.
All right.
I think, but like you said, I don't think it's 100% accurate, but there is some truth to it, for sure.
He's got 51% sway. He's got majority vote.
Right.
51 for sure, 100%.
He has veto power. Like, buddy, 49% of the league can say, yo, we don't want to do this. He's going to be like, yo, I'm 51.
Right.
Right. He has veto power. So it's not completely true, but there's a lot of truth to it. And I mean, if he was to be on the opposite side and say, you know what, no, we're not doing this because the focus should be on what's going on the global climate, it would be interesting to see if the league
I think that's when it gets interesting. Right. Exactly. All right, here's the next graphic. This is what their setup's going to be like in a sense. Take a quick look at that. This is what they got to do just to get into the bubble. The next one. Hold up. The next thing now is, all right. So this is what these are the amenities they're gonna have. I saw a funny tweet from Lou Will talking about how you need social distancing to play ping pong, but what about the games? You know what I mean? So it matters when you're off the court that you have the social distancing, but you're allowed to play, up in a man's face, so to speak. So it's just kind of an interesting, dynamic that they're gonna have to figure out. Next one. Hold up. And then this is like how they're gonna be housed. So basically, it goes from best records to worst records in terms of which hotel they're staying in. And then the last thing, which personally, I mean, not having experience myself, but I imagine no brother wants to be a part of. They've got the tracking device on you, man.
Nah.
They actually got I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's a smart ring.
So
or
that
something like
device?
that, they said. It's like a smart ring that could detect COVID symptoms up to like 3 days in advance or something, another like that, something another. So
guys want to wear because
this shade room.
I guess I'm not going to the bubble.
It's just wondering though, like,
buddy,
how is it tested?
It's not only because I cannot see them making this with just one purpose. You feel me? So you put that ring on, they know everywhere you've been, where you're going, who's around you, and then you know what? You're about to win the game. They send a shot to you, you're done. I'm telling you, like, man's about to shoot a free throw. Like, yo,
But you never know, I guess.
You know the funny thing is, though, I mean, we all got cell phones, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this. I know me and my wife have definitely experienced. You talk about something right now, and then next thing you know, you see ads on Facebook and Instagram about the thing you're talking about.
Right.
You already be tracked as it is anyway. So this is just a nice little piece of jewelry that they're gonna have on there or whatever. But we're already being tracked as it is. This is more formal, I guess, but still, we're still getting tracked.
Yeah,
they got
an upper ankle though, right? So I mean,
they got this ring supposedly that's supposed to be able to do this tracking. Why don't they give that to the general public instead of the NBA players?
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Jay, that's a good point, man. That's a good point
Right.
because the NBA players know what's at stake for them, right? So they should be the least of people's worries, right? Because they know because if one man on the team comes out with it, yo, your team is done, right? So it makes more sense for, as you said, to go out to the general public and say, yo, we got to track you guys because you guys are the ones that are spreading this thing, not the NBA guys.
The thing also is this is not mandatory. I mean, if you don't want to play, you don't have to play. That's the thing, right? I mean, like for people, for at least I know for me, like I have to go to work. Like I don't have an option to say, well, I don't feel like going to work today because of this or whatever. I know it's like, well, then you're not going to get paid and you might eventually lose your job. These guys are not going to lose their jobs if they don't want to do it. So they have options, right? Versus us, regular folk, we don't have those options.
Yeah.
True.
All right. So the next one I got for you there is all right. So I mentioned this in the text the other day. So take a quick look at this. So this is basically the Bleacher Report's list of the best players at every height. Obviously, capping off at 7 foot.
Well, I have an issue with Stockton being in there. Because then I say that's Isaiah Thomas's spot. Your Stockton's not better than Isaiah Thomas.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah, no way.
I'm debating if Iverson was actually 6 foot tall.
That too.
Yeah, good point.
He was like 5'10".
That's what he's listed at, right?
Right.
So wait a second.
Yeah.
How tall is Ray Allen?
6'5".
Why? Like, Ray Allen's a Hall of Famer. Like, I mean, I think he's got to be on this list. I you know what? If it came down to play it, if it's one shot to win the championship in a series or something like that, I would probably go with Harden because he can create like that. But if you're talking about like longevity and who would I want to play with, I would be Ray Allen.
You know what I think it is though, Eggy B? I agree with you because I think a lot of people forget Ray Allen before the tail end of his career. Like people forget when Ray Allen from UConn to the Bucks and Sonics and all that. You forget about that. Ray Allen was a killer. He was
a killer,
man.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's
beast.
that. I think it's that. I think people just don't remember his early work. They only see the little tail end when he played on the little Celtics and Heat, and they don't realize that he was
They're discounting him because he had all these people around him and he didn't need to do what he did. But if you watch his early stuff, you knew that he was a guy. He was destined to be going to the Hall.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't think of a 6'3" guy, but I think Steph can probably be replaced there. And if Pippen and Barkley are both 6'8", then I got to go with Barkley.
Nah, Barkley's only like 6'4", 6'5",
6'6".
though. Really?
Is he?
No, at 6'4", man.
Yeah,
No,
Barkley's like 6'4".
I listened to a list earlier, and they had Barkley listed at 6'6".
What?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's 6'6" or 6'8". I don't think it was 6'4", though.
But you know what? Also, that same list had Pippen listed at 6'7".
Right. That's what I was thinking before. I was thinking Pippen was – I didn't expect to see Pippen at 6'8". I was expecting to see Pippen at 6'7".
Yeah, me too. Okay. All right. Moving on from that. Next one I got here.
And hold on a second. Wait a second.
What's up?
And also, wait. No, go ahead, Aggie. I'll go after you.
So wait a second. I mean, I think that Kevin Garnett has got to be up there for the 6'11" and 7-footers type thing because he was amazing.
Okay, so do you take him over Duncan? That's who's there, though.
But what is he? 6'11" or he's 7 foot?
6'11".
Or is he 7
I think he's 6'11".
6'11", KG.
Ooh. Yeah,
And also Russell.
I'll stay with Duncan then.
But also Russell at 6'10". So I'm assuming, of course, that's Bill Russell. And I know Bill Russell's resume. But the thing, I don't want to discount Bill Russell, but Bill Russell was winning all them championships and there was like 8 teams in the league, bro. My thing is, Bill Russell's not a better player at 6'10" than KD.
I was gonna say KD.
Okay.
He's not better than KD.
I'll take that.
And if Dirk is 6'10", I'd put Dirk over Russell at 6'10".
I think Dirk is
7 foot.
Well,
Dirk
okay.
Yeah. But no, you're right. I think I would replace KD for Duncan because he's more versatile.
I could leave Duncan and take KD for Russell, though. I could leave Duncan. But if I'm going to replace Duncan, I'd put Garnett over Duncan.
But you know what? I think we also have to look at is like Pippen.
That's what I meant. I meant KG, not KD.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Pip was Pip. Pip became Pip because he played with Mike. When he wasn't beside Mike, he was not the same caliber of player. Because
he had a pretty good year, though, bro.
In Portland, he was decent, but he wasn't Pip. If you got to Houston, forget about it. But
No,
I mean,
no,
this is like saying like Mo Williams should be on some sort of all-time great list because he played with LeBron, and when he played with LeBron, he was amazing. But when he wasn't with LeBron, he wasn't amazing.
Amazing's a stretch.
No,
Amazing's a stretch.
When they were doing all the photos, and
When,
all that
listen,
Mo Will was
when he
crazy.
was with LeBron, he deserved to be in the league. But that's as far as I'll go.
He made All-Star back then with LeBron, though. He made All-Star Mo Williams, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mo made All-Stars back then.
That's nuts.
His one All-Star.
Nuts. All right. The next one I got here. So this is I'm gonna show you guys a list of players right now. It's gonna be the top stat holders over the last decade. Basically, I'm showing you this. Let me know if there's any surprises in there, and if it speaks to, I guess, the player's reputation that they're on the list. So LeBron leads all scorers in the last decade. Westbrook leads everybody in assists. DeAndre Jordan's got the rebounds. Ibaka's got blocks. Chris Paul steals, and pretty obvious, Steph Curry's got the lead in three-pointers, which is pretty much his whole career, I guess. So,
You know what? The only thing that's surprising to me is Chris Paul on the steals. Everything else seems like it falls right into place. But I thought somebody else was getting more steals than CP.
I'm not sure what I think would happen, but I think DeAndre Jordan leading rebounds surprises me, though.
I think it's just durability for him.
Yeah, I guess. And I mean, even a blocker leading in blocks. He's a good shot blocker and everything, but I didn't think he would have the most.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit surprised with Russell with assists. Because I know he, Mr. Triple Double the past couple of years doing all of that, but over a decade, you're saying over 10 years, I didn't think he'd be number one. I would probably have thought maybe Chris Paul would have been over him in assists over a 10-year stretch.
Russ, he's averaging like 8 assists for his career. So and in the 2 seasons where he averaged triple doubles, that's 10 or more. Like some games he's getting 15, 16, 17 assists.
20.
Right.
You know, I mean,
and Westbrook's pretty durable.
That one. Like when you're averaging 10 assists a game, you're up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's gonna spike it a bit for sure. All right.
I mean, look at Jose Calderon. Jose Calderon used to be up there in assists for us. How crazy is that?
Right. That's true.
Right?
Jose. All right. So what else we got here? We got the next one now. The question I'm gonna post the 2 obvious guys, but I guess I just want to see who else we want to add to this list, and we'll go as far as 3 and 4 year players. But aside from these 2 guys, name maybe 3 or 4 other young players that you would be willing to start your franchise with.
Tatum.
Of course,
okay.
yeah.
He's in what, 4th year now?
Third or 4th, because he came in with Lonzo Ball in them. Yeah.
He makes the cut down. So everybody's taking Tatum over Jaylen Brown then.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that even a question?
I have to ask, man.
I like Jaylen Brown's heart. I like his heart. I like his heart. He's someone that if I can get him, the next time my picks come around, I would grab him.
He
but
surprised
I'm not
me,
stuck
man.
in my franchise with him.
I think Jaylen Brown is he's going to be a really good NBA player, but Tatum has potential to be a great NBA player.
Yeah.
I think Tatum's going to be a top 10 guy in a few years.
Right.
That good.
I agree.
Devin Booker.
Booker's nice.
What year is he in? 4 or 5?
About 5.
I think he's about 4 or 5.
I'll give it to you anyway.
Somebody I'm going to throw in there real quick. I'll throw in is the young boy on Atlanta, man, Trae Young.
Trae Young, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Luka does the same thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, Luka. You got to throw Luka in there. Right?
I put Luka in there. I put Spider Mitchell in there.
I don't know if I
I'm a little iffy on him too, man.
I don't know.
No. My main thing for him is that he was the most unexpected rookie. Like, he had a jump shot when he got to the league and nobody knew about it. Like, his game was so much more refined than anybody. Like, when he came into the league, I was expecting him to be like a DeRozan, where he's going to be slashing all the time and whatever, and then maybe he could develop. But his game is I think at least 3 years ahead of the pace anybody expected from him. So if you look at him right now, I think he's ready. He's a guy who's ready to go, ready to lead.
I think you're right about when he came in, his upside was more than people had thought. But I think now you're like you didn't maintain that same trajectory.
You think he plateaued already?
Your slope kind of came down a little bit. So you're still going to be going high. You're just not going to be going as high as you were, because after his rookie season, you're like, whoa, this guy's going to be first team or second team or third team All NBA next year.
That's tough though, man.
Yo, funny story.
I think it's a Utah thing, man.
Funny story about Mitchell though. My college coach was good friends, or he is good friends with Stan Van Gundy. So he got hired as an advanced scout on the Pistons. Draft comes up with Donovan Mitchell. They don't draft him. They draft the dude from Duke, man. What's the white boy with lefty? I think Luke Kennard. Was that his name? I think, or something like that. They draft him. Safe to say, my coach been out of work after that, yo. Been out of work after that, yo. And Stan Van Gundy, of course, you already know the story with him. Detroit let him go, all of that. But they messed that up, man. They messed that up because they could have had Donovan Mitchell, and they drafted this Luke Kennard kid, who, of course, it didn't even turn out on the same level as.
Man.
Going back some years, I think I heard that Detroit could have drafted Carmelo Anthony. That didn't happen either. So, I think it's a history with Detroit a little bit, even though they've got 3 titles somehow.
Right. No, I hear you. They messed up on a few picks.
They did. Okay, so here's a question now. Going back a couple of years, Ben Simmons is already on Philly. You've got Marco Fultz. You're considering the same thing right now. Knowing what we know now, despite he was a bust when he first came out, knowing what we know now, Fultz or Simmons?
Simmons.
Still going Simmons? Just keep if the option of trading Simmons or Fultz.
You know what?
I like Simmons.
If Simmons has wings that can shoot, then I will keep Simmons, right?
Right.
But if we don't got shooters on the wings, I can't have him being a non-shooting point guard because we're not going to get enough production. But if we got shooters on the wings, yeah, let him go and do that, kick it back. I'm good. But you need to have – it depends on what the rest of the makeup of the team is. I think it's hard for anybody to go with Fultz because you got to wait 2 seasons before this guy's to find his jump shot again. So right now you're going with the best of the worst option.
No. So here's what I'm saying though. Right now, we're looking at them for what they are right now. Fultz has had the comeback season, whatever, and he's rounding into shape, so to speak. So that trade option comes up right now, 1 for 1. Either team, do you pull the trigger?
I'm
right
keeping
now,
Simmons. I'll tell you one thing about Simmons is that you look at there's been point guards in the league who have come in the league and have been able to control games and without a jump shot. And I'm looking at like guys like Jason Kidd who couldn't shoot a lick when he came in the league, and he was one of the best point guards still because he could play defense and he could pass the ball and get triple somehow. I mean, like 10-point triple doubles, but still he could still get triple doubles and control a game with his play. So even though Ben Simmons can't shoot, I still like the fact that he can control a game.
It's funny about Ben Simmons, though, is like I've watched Ben Simmons since he was at Montverde, like since he was coming out of high school. And like, I don't think, to me, it's not really an issue that he can't shoot. I just don't know why he's not shooting because I've seen him shoot and his shot's not bad. Like when he shoots the ball with confidence, his shot's not bad. He has a nice stroke for a lefty. It looks good mechanics, everything. But he just, for some reason, I don't know if in Philly they told him don't shoot. It's like he just don't shoot. I don't understand why.
Sorry, and I shouldn't have said don't shoot. He can't shoot. He can't shoot threes.
Right. That's it. His range.
No, man, but he don't even do a 15-foot or nothing. Like
But that's what I'm saying. It's weird. You're right.
Nothing. He literally doesn't shoot the ball.
He knows where his bread is buttered. Layups are the week.
I think he's afraid of the talk. If he misses a few, people are going to start talking, and it's probably going to get into his head. At a certain point in time, he's going to come to the realization. He'd be like, you know what? I don't care what people say. I'm just going to do what I got to do, and then I'm going to live with the results.
Right.
It's one of those things, though. You keep taking the shots, even you missed, but you're still setting up the rest of your game, right? Because they know they at least got to get on you, which then allows them to go around. Like it's that's what it is, right? It's the old adage, like you shoot so that they at least you have the threat of it.
You got to keep them honest.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sorry. He has the ball at the 3-point line. I'm sagging back, helping out on Embiid because I know he can shoot to keep me honest. He's not going to hit it, so it doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work. If he does hit one, I'm gonna be like, Coach, if he hits 2 more, sub me out and don't pay me for this game. Right? That's all I gotta say.
All right. What else do I got?
You get better by shooting. So eventually he's gonna have to just start putting them up and say, you know what, this is it. This is what it's gonna be, and then that's how you get better. You don't get better not doing it.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Quick graphic. Most triple doubles before turning 23. And then my question is, will anybody who's currently playing right now ever surpass Oscar for the total?
I don't think so.
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
Hold on. It's Oscar then Jason Kidd, right? For most all time?
I don't even know who it is right now.
I think so. I think Magic Johnson might be in there somewhere too. I think
Magic Johnson might be 3rd now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure somebody passed him recently.
But I think the disparity between 1st and 2nd is like 100 games. Right? So I don't think if Oscar's in the lead, no one's catching that. And I don't think many people are gonna catch Jason Kidd's record other than Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook's at 146 right now.
What's Oscar at? Hey, Justin, how much Oscar got?
181.
181 and
oh, dang.
Whoa, it's closer than I thought.
Damn, Russell's second.
Hey, I thought.
Russell Westbrook.
And Kidd has
Russell passed Magic.
Yeah, Russell's passed.
Yeah,
Magic.
I thought so.
And what's Kidd at?
He's at 4.
107.
Oh.
All right. Welcome in Jay Midas to the call. Welcome, sir.
That's Mito.
What's going on, people?
Good. I'll show you the last graphic real quick. And then the question is, do you think anybody will pass Oscar Robinson? Russell's running a pretty decent second to Oscar Robertson right now.
I think Russell's going to pass him, and I'll tell you why. Because eventually, when they figure out that this Houston, Russell Westbrook, James Harden doesn't work, and these guys actually hate each other, then one of them will get traded, and then then Russell Westbrook will start leading a team again, and getting his triple doubles again.
But how old is Russell Westbrook right now? How old is he right
I want to say 32.
You know what?
32? No
Isn't
way.
he? Where he at?
I feel like he's over 30.
He's
I was
31.
going to say like 29.
Yeah,
No,
he's 31. He's 31.
He'll be 32 in November.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so okay,
Coming
that's what
at
I'm
me,
saying.
man.
So, yeah,
Coming at me like that.
You know what, Russell? Even if the Houston thing
man.
don't work, how long do we think even Russell could sustain at the pace that he plays at anyway? You know what I mean?
You gotta
He's
slow
been
down
playing
if you take the
fast
speed
and
away.
reckless
Nothing.
for a long time, yo. So how much longer can he play at this pace?
It's true.
Even 50% of his pace is faster than the 50% of the league. So even if, when he slows down and he seems like he's going to be more under control, I think that's when he's going to be at his scariest. Because he's still going to have them times where he can accelerate. But now when people think that he's lost a step, and then he starts blowing by you, I think that's when right now you just keep backing up and hope that he misses.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll get smarter, basically.
Yeah. He becomes less athletic and more of a YMCA player. And I mean, if you guys have played against some of them YMCA old dudes, they pull out some moves. You're like, yo, I can't believe that just worked on me. Like, you know what I mean?